What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Chris Colbert versus Hector Luis Garcia, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBA super featherweight world title eliminator. And this fight was Saturday, February 26th, from the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this fight was broadcasted on Showtime. And in this fight, Hector Luis Garcia got the upset, dominant, unanimous decision victory. I mean, he dominated in this fight, and this was a tremendous performance from Garcia. He totally proved me wrong. I mean, there's been so many upsets this weekend. It's just so many to count. It's just been shocking to my overall prediction record, let alone on the articles I write for boxingtalk.com and my predictions there, but let alone for my predictions on my channel. So, I mean, I've been hit hard, but I mean, these have been some fun and intriguing fights to watch. And I mean, yeah, I'm actually not like that mad that this was an upset. I mean, Chris Colbert was going into this fight as the hotshot, young, undefeated prospect, but Garcia, I mean, he dominated after that sort of performance against Isak Avelar, where I mean, Avelar is a guy who's like top 30 in the division, and Garcia sort of had a competitive fight with him, I guess you could say, because he was somewhat hurt, and it was a fairly good fight as well. But yeah, Chris Colbert was ranked top 10 by BoxRec. Garcia, it was only his third fight up at 130. And yeah, as I forgot to mention in my prediction video, this was for an eliminator, the WBA world title eliminator. So, yeah, I mean, just a pure dominant victory from Garcia, and the judges scored this bout 118 to 109, or 118 to 109 twice, and 119 to 108 once. And as I mentioned before, I had it every single round in favor of Garcia. So comment down below how you scored this fight. I'm pretty sure it's probably wide in favor of Garcia. And I'm just going to say this to be 100% honest. This reminds me 100% of when Broner lost to Maidana. Broner was coming in as the hotshot, undefeated fighter. And then his opponent came in there, the underdog, dropped him and dominated and got that wide decision, just like Maidana did. And Garcia did the exact same thing. And just to break down this fight, every single round was the same. It was just ridiculous. Chris Colbert wasn't doing anything to really he just didn't know what to do. He just couldn't get past the pressure fighting style of Garcia, and that worked so perfectly. Every round was Garcia coming forward and dominating Colbert. Colbert has no power to keep his opponents off him. Or should I say, in the first 4 rounds, Colbert tried to box and brawl with Garcia, but it did not work at all. So then Colbert really went in defensive mode, trying to box on the outside. That also didn't work, because when he would get cut off, Garcia was just ripping body shots, ripping hooks to the head, straight lefts down the pipe. And then in the 7th round, Chris Colbert got caught with a perfectly placed, this is one of the most beautiful knockdowns of 2022, a perfectly placed, not knockout, a knockdown, perfectly placed, set up, left counter, straight to the chin of Chris Colbert, sat him down on his back, perfectly placed shot by Garcia, excellent knockdown, first time Colbert's ever been down. Then pure dominance from there on, Colbert losing every single round from there on in my scorecard. Colbert tried to have some power in the 9th round, but Garcia was just eating his shots like nothing. It was just like an average meal for Garcia, just eating nothing. He was eating them like it was like he was getting hit with like balloons or pillows. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, Colbert's shots really didn't have any effect on Garcia at all. Didn't even make him bounce back. Didn't even make him buckle. Nothing. And that was Colbert in the 9th round, trying to hit him with everything, trying to get a knockout. But then after that round, Colbert was just running around the ring. And I mean running. This was the most blatant running ever since Devin Haney running against Jorge Linares when he was hurt. I mean, this was... The fans were booing, cheering Garcia. At first they were cheering Colbert, then they were cheering Garcia. It reminded me of Rocky and Drago, their fight in the movie. Yeah, it was pretty funny, but still, Chris Colbert was just running around the ring in those last couple rounds, and Garcia was just sticking his arms out like, what are you doing? And it was just a funny sight to see, and Garcia obviously boxed beautifully, fought an amazing fight, and got the best victory of his career thus far, staying unbeaten. So, yeah, I mean, with that being said, what is next for Hector Luis Garcia? So I want to see Garcia fight one man and one man only, and that is Roger Gutierrez, the WBA champion at super featherweight. Gutierrez was supposed to fight Colbert, but he obviously pulled out because of COVID, and Garcia was the late replacement. So I would love to see a title fight between Garcia, who just won the WBA Eliminator, and the WBA champion Gutierrez. But as for Chris Colbert, I mean, he lost a lot tonight. He lost lost a lot of fans based on how he fought in the last 3 rounds. And I mean, he lost a lot of opportunities. He lost a basic opportunity at a world title if he could have won this fight. So yeah, I mean, and he lost a lot, as I mentioned before. So I think in his next fight, he'll probably take on a journeyman and a non-televised card, or maybe just an opener on a super low-profile PBC card, maybe an FS1, something like that, just to get some more confidence. Then he could take on maybe someone who's like top 50 in the super featherweight division, just to get another decent win before possibly stepping up again and facing some decent opposition. So overall, Hector Luis Garcia dominates, drops, and gets the wide unanimous decision victory over Chris Colbert, handing him his first ever defeat and winning the WBA Super Featherweight World Title Eliminator in the process. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.